All right, season 8, episode 7. Let's recap. Episode just finished, and I've got some things I want to touch on. But first, I want to rewind to episode 6 just for a brief moment. Kyle. Kyle. What is wrong with you? He thinks it's a good idea to bring up Jesse flirting with Paige at the dinner table in front of everyone when Craig is in town. The one weekend Craig is in town. So why would you do this, one might ask? I don't know. And no one agreed with him. But when Amanda called him out, he freaked out. He's psycho. He was psycho at that dinner, and afterwards his reaction to it was horrific. And if anyone told me that I was as wound up as a ball of yarn, like he told Amanda, I would lose it. It's like someone telling you to chill out. No, that just doesn't ever go over well. So, Kyle, this is just my tip to you. Don't ever do that again. And also, that's just like, what good is that doing anyone? That's not doing anyone any favors. No. So, you should never do that again. That's all I will say about episode 6. But I needed to bring that up because that was horrifying. But on to the juice of episode 7. I feel sad for Lindsay and Carl. They are psycho. They're both crazy and they both have problems, but like I feel sad for them because it just seems as if they cannot understand that. How? I don't know. Apparently they end up coming to the conclusion that they are not meant to be together since we know that they called off their engagement, but I just don't understand. And the fact that Lindsay said she was blindsided and Carl, I'm glad that people are seeing that he was telling the truth because he said, y'all just wait and watch. And you're crazy if you don't think that our relationship was slipping the entire season. So we are all learning that Carl was not lying. He's in the right. And I don't know how Lindsay could be blindsided because of the way that things are going. I'm thinking about college. If one of your friends is dating a guy or you're dating someone and none of your friends like him, he doesn't want to be around your friends don't want to be around him, your friends are telling you that you don't match up well together, y'all don't go well together, he's not a good guy, he's not fun to be around, that is a red flag. That is a red flag because your friends know you best and sometimes they can see the things that you don't want to see. And that is what's happening with Lindsay and Carl from both sides. Carl's friends are telling Carl, hey, dude, I don't know if she's the one. I don't know if this is good that y'all are getting married. I don't know if y'all should get married. Like, y'all are having a lot of issues and, that's not someone that you should get married to. You're having issues prior. You should be ecstatic. Lindsay's friends are telling her the same thing. Paige literally said, y'all don't even like each other. That is a problem. That is a major problem. And I don't know how everyone just feels as if they can ignore the fact that that's being said. I think that Carl realizes it more than Lindsay does, but Lindsay just doesn't want to admit it for some reason. And I get it to an extent, but like, your friends are telling you it's easier to break up and call off a wedding than it is to get a divorce. Like, that is not good. That is not good. And the fact that they're calling it a compromise, that one of them will miss every Friday, they'll rotate so that they don't fight. One of them has to stay home, not attend the weekend with their friends at this house in the Hamptons that they're all spending the summer at together. One of them has to stay home so they don't fight. And they're happier when they're not together. Like, red flag. I don't know how many more red flags you need before you realize that something isn't right. Like, if you are having a better time when one of you is at home, that is a sign that you should not get married. I'm not married and I've never been married, but I'm giving you advice, Lindsay and Carl. And obviously, again, the engagement got called off, but like, if one of y'all has to stay home to have a good time, what? That is insane. That is literally insane. And if the only way to avoid fights is y'all not being together, red flag number 750. And again, something else that Carl and Lindsay are involved in, the wedding. And Kyle being a flower boy. He obviously was very offended by this, and I get that because Carl officiated he and Amanda's wedding. They're obviously very close. Like, very, very close. And Carl has groomsmen. But like, a flower boy? What even is that? I've never even heard of that. And again, the immaturity and the fact that Lindsay just doesn't want him to be in the wedding. Red flag again. He's one of your best friends. And he and your soon-to-be wife argue so much that... Also, I'm just going to stop right there because what's the difference? If Carl thinks that Lindsay doesn't want Kyle to be in the wedding, then he shouldn't be in the wedding. Him being a flower boy, whatever that even is, he's still in the wedding party. I don't know. I feel bad for Kyle in that situation because that is sad. They've been friends for so long. He literally asked Carl to officiate his wedding, and now he's saying, you can be a flower boy. And Carl's laughing about it, and he's obviously very upset. I don't know. That is a slap in the face. I'm sorry. Like, is he going to have to get a little basket and throw petals down the aisle? Either ask him to be in the wedding as a groomsman or don't, because I don't know if Lindsay realizes that a flower boy is still part of the wedding. So if she didn't want him in the wedding, then that's not what's happening. So make him a groomsman or don't. That's my take on that. Another very interesting situation is West and Ciara. What's going on there? West obviously has large feelings for her. I feel like Ciara does, but at the same time, she's being very guarded, which I get. But they are confusing me. And Jesse, it's the new boys. He has a civil weekend with Craig in town after the flirting allegations from Kyle about him and Paige. And what better way to remove those allegations than riding to the Hamptons together? I was really confused by Paige, though, because she said, he touched my leg in the bar and he can't do that. And I have a boyfriend. But then she's like, we should just ride to the Hamptons together so that we can remend our relationship. And I'm all about having girls having friends that are boys when they're in a relationship and boys having friends that are girls when they're in a relationship. I think that's healthy and that's normal. But she was so offended by what he did by touching her leg or whatever. She felt like he was flirting with her. And then she's like, but we should just ride together, the two of us. And then I don't know. If I was Craig, I would be like, you're saying that you were so offended by what he did to you. And then I get told at a dinner table with every single other person that's living in this house that he was trying to flirt with you. I don't know. This all seems, I don't even like talking about this aspect of it because it seems like we're in third grade. Oh, but he flirted with her. But I don't know. I don't like it at all. But that's what's happening. So I'm giving you my thoughts. She's just confusing me because if she was actually that bothered by what he did, then she wouldn't have wanted to get in the car with him, ride together, talk for however long the car ride is, just the two of them, get there earlier than everyone else and all that. So I don't know. That situation is a little weird. I guess maybe they do just want to become friends. And if so, that's great. Cheers to y'all because I think that that's good and healthy. But Jesse is a little... I don't know if I can trust him yet. I don't know if I can trust him around a girl that's dating a boy that isn't at the house every weekend. The moral of this episode, in my mind, is Kyle, Amanda, Carl, and Lindsay are all in extremely unstable relationships. Kyle and Amanda are already married and fight about everything that one could possibly fight about. And the fact that Amanda is saying that she needs to find another house or something out of the city just because she needs to get away, that it's normal up to that point. And then she says for, a month sometimes. Like if she's trying to get away from the environment that her husband is living in, the environment that they share, the home that they share for maybe a month at a time, but they're still talking about how they want to have kids and all that. So I don't think that this is the best time for y'all to have kids, Kyle and Amanda. And if she feels like she wants to get away, and maybe she just wants to get away from the city, you wouldn't think that someone that's relatively newly married would want to leave their husband for a month at a time. And maybe she was just being dramatic. I don't know. But I don't see one relationship in this house that will last a long time or seem strong. Or the people even seem like they really enjoy spending time together and being together. So I'm concerned for every single relationship in this show. Moral of the story.